Hello, my name is Blair Brown, and I am the Program Director of the Combined Master of Science and Dietetic Internship Program at the University of Texas Medical Branch in Galveston, Texas. This presentation will give you a brief overview of our innovative and successful program. The University of Texas Medical Branch is home to the oldest medical school in Texas. Established in 1891, the picture on the top right is Old Red, the original medical school building on our Galveston campus. We are part of the University of Texas system and are an academic health science center which houses 5 schools: School of Medicine, the School of Nursing, the School of Health Professions, which is what our program falls under, Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences, and our newest school on campus, the School of Public and Population Health. For those of you not familiar with our program, we are located in Galveston, which is a small island in the Gulf of Mexico, seen by that red star. We sit southeast of downtown Houston, which is roughly about 1 hour away. Just a 15-minute walk to the beach, UTMB is home to a variety of buildings. Jenny Seeley Hospital, which is the picture on the top left, is a state-of-the-art Level 1 trauma center and has over 350 patient beds. The top right is the Galveston National Lab. Fun fact, there are only 2 national labs in the entire country, and one of them sits on our home campus. In this lab, they're doing cutting-edge research and vaccine development on all types of viruses and diseases. The bottom left is our Health Education Center. This building is specifically just for students. Here we do simulation, virtual reality training, and formal classroom education. The bottom right picture is our original hospital building called John Seeley Hospital. This building is currently undergoing a head-to-toe renovation and will soon be fully open to house women's care, pediatrics, and provide more inpatient bed space. The Department of Nutrition Sciences and Health Behavior is currently made up of 8 full-time faculty. Going from left to right, starting at the top, is our department chair, Dr. Elizabeth Lyons. Moving on is myself, Blair Brown, Associate Chair and MSDI Program Director, Dr. Claudia Seeley Potts, Program Director for the Doctor of Clinical Nutrition Program, Dr. Chris Messenger, Dr. Emily Lance, Dr. Crystal Douglas, Professor Chelsea Hoover, and Dr. Amer Hashmi. Additionally, our department is supported by 3 amazing administrators: Layla Robinson, Lana Long, and Makia Galladay. Our program is 16 months, or 4 continuous semesters. Students matriculate in August and then will graduate the following December. There are a total of 44 credit hours associated with the program, 24 credit hours in didactic coursework, and the remaining 20 credit hours come from your supervised practice courses. All graduate coursework is hybrid in nature, meaning there will be a mix of in-class and online instruction. Every Monday, students will be in class on the Galveston campus and then be on supervised practice rotations Tuesday through Friday. We have a program concentration of patient-client-centered care. The UTMB MSDI program has affiliations with over 50 unique rotation sites. I will meet with all of the students during the summer prior to program matriculation to discuss their interest in dietetics. It's okay if you have no idea what area of dietetics you're interested in. Some students are really passionate about certain areas, whether it be pediatrics, renal, diabetes, just to name a few. I then work on creating a personalized supervised practice rotation schedule for each student using the information collected in our meeting that we had over the summer. Some of our most popular rotation sites include NASA Johnson Space Center, Texas Children's Hospital, Shriners Burn Hospital, and Solid Organ Transplant. As previously mentioned, 20 credit hours come from supervised practice rotation courses. There are 5 supervised practice rotation courses: clinical, community, food service, selective specialty, and staff relief, all of which are variable in credit. Most students spend an average about 480 hours on clinical rotations. Students will rotate at one of our 4 UTMB campuses, Galveston, Lake City, Clear Lake, or Angleton. However, we do have some outside affiliations with local hospitals, such as HCA Clear Lake, HCA Southeast, and Memorial Hermann. So it's possible that students could complete their clinical rotations outside of the UTMB hospital system. All students will be given the opportunity to do a general inpatient clinical rotation that we like to call Clinical 1. Then students will progress to what we call a Clinical 2 site or a more specialized clinical rotation. These sites could be such as inpatient care, outpatient clinics, or long-term care. Some of our most popular clinical specialty rotations are solid organ transplant, Texas Children's, endocrinology, Tier Memorial Hermann, Shriners Burn Hospital, or working in the NICU. During the Community Supervised Practice Rotation course, students attend 1 or 2 sites, roughly about 160 hours. We have many community rotations, and I've listed off a couple of them. The UTMB WIC clinics that are located in Lake City, Stafford, and Conroe, local food banks, such as the Galveston County Food Bank and the Houston Food Bank, Galveston's own Farmers Market, Harris County AgriLife Extension Office, the UTMB Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, also known as OLLI, the Memorial Hermann Ironman Sports Clinic, the UT Health Science Center's Nourish program, grocery stores such as HEB, and Harris County Head Start. All students will complete a food service management rotation at both a hospital and local school district. Usually about 240 hours are accrued at a food service management supervised practice sites. Some of our available supervised practice food service rotations are available at the UTMB campuses, local HCA hospitals, as well as several surrounding school districts, such as Houston ISD, Galveston, Dickinson, Clear Creek, and Katy ISD. The Selective Specialty Supervised Practice Rotation is an opportunity for a student to go to any rotation site or complete a research rotation that may not fit into a clinical, food service, or a community supervised practice course spot. Students usually complete about 320 hours. Again, this can vary, and it can be up to more than one rotation site as well. For students who are interested in research, this is usually the course where a research rotation would fall. However, we have a variety of rotations that usually students select to do their selective or specialty rotation in. These rotation sites are NASA Johnson Space Center, Eating Recovery Center, which is an eating disorder clinic, long-term care at Kindred, HEB grocery stores, DaVita Dialysis. We also have affiliations with several private practice dietitians in the area, Texas Children's, and MD Anderson Cancer Center. Really, any rotation site that we have affiliations with could fall under the Selective Specialty Rotation course. Think of it as your elective course, per se. Though students are not required to complete a research rotation, we do highly encourage all students to spend time with our research faculty during one of their selective specialty rotation courses. We find that students, whether they have prior research experience or not, really do enjoy their time at a research site. If students are interested in research, the opportunities to present a poster or submit an abstract are available. Some of our available research rotations include NASA Johnson Space Center, working with Dr. Lyons in her physical activity, games, and monitors research, working with Dr. Lance in her muscle metabolism and adaptation lab, working with Dr. Hashmi with global health and nutrition, Dr. Douglas in her research in women's health, and Dr. Swartz with pediatric rehabilitation and wellness. The last supervised practice course is staff relief. This is where a student has the ability to complete about 80 hours or 2 weeks worth at a previously visited site. The staff relief rotations are left open, and the students notify the program director where they would like to complete their staff relief based on the site they visited at the time. The rotation is dependent not only on the site, but also preceptor availability to have the student back. I have listed the current tuition and fees for the program below. You can also find more information on our website at the Programs Cost tab or at the link in the slide. We've also included the amount of cost of living for the Galveston area. The cost of living with roommates is about $950 a month. Admitted students are all connected together prior to the start of the program in case any of them want to live together or with other UTMB students. About 1/2 of our students choose to live off the island on the mainland in between Houston and Galveston. Because many of our supervised practice sites are off the island, you will need a reliable car to get from home to class and then to your rotation sites. Students are given several opportunities to apply for scholarships during our program. The first scholarship, the Dean's Competitive Academic Scholarship, is awarded to one student in every cohort. The Department of Nutrition Sciences and Health Behavior Admissions Committee will award this scholarship to a student who has a minimum of a 3.5 GPA and work or research-related experience and overall merit. The student who receives a scholarship will be awarded during the summer months prior to the start of the program in the fall. The university also utilizes a central application for smaller scholarships through the School of Health Professions. These scholarships range from $500 to $2,000. The application window begins March 1st and closes on May 15th of each year. I also encourage students to apply for any of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics scholarships, whether it be at the national or the state level. We use the Dietetic Internship Central Application Services application, also known as DICAS. The cost of this for you is $50 for the first program you apply to and $25 for submitting an application to each additional program. For students who are applying to our program, they are going to be also required to complete the UTMB School of Health Professions supplemental application. This enrolls you into the graduate school portion of the program. The cost is $60. It is important to note that admission into the graduate school is guaranteed with admission into the MSDI program. One is not contingent on the other. GRE scores are not required for the application. On average, the majority of our applicants have a GPA of a 3.5 or higher. However, we suggest that if you have a GPA of a 3.3 or lower and you do have GRE scores and performed well, you could submit those scores to help make your application more competitive. If you have over a 3.3 GPA, submitting your GRE scores would not theoretically make your application any more competitive than anybody else. We also have 20 spots to fill for our program. So until all spots are filled, we will continue taking applications. The application for our program is September 1st and will close on July 1st. Applicants who submit their application via DICAS before March 1st will be notified of their acceptance prior to this date. However, students must notify any programs that they've applied to of their acceptance decision by March 15th. For any applicants that apply after March 15th, they will be admitted on a rolling admission basis. On average, we receive about 50 to 60 applications every application cycle, and the Department of Nutrition Sciences and Health Behavior Admissions Committee will conduct interviews via Zoom with about 40 of these applicants. Interviews last about 15 minutes or so, and all applicants are asked the same set of questions and then scored. Myself or one of our program administrators will contact you to set up a Zoom interview via email, so it's important that you check your email, spam, or junk folders regularly. And this goes for all programs that you're applying to. When we are reviewing applications, we are looking for some particular traits of our candidates. A minimum 3.0 overall GPA is required for the program. However, we have found that a 3.5 GPA or higher is generally competitive. Though we don't require you to have any type of nutrition-related or research or volunteer experience, we have found that the majority of our candidates do have some type of experience. Also, letters of reference. If you haven't already thought about who's going to write your letters of reference, do so now. We have seen some really great letters of reference and some pretty bad letters of reference too. So you want to be sure that you pick somebody that can really speak to who you are as a student and a future dietitian. Then lastly, a well-written personal statement. Make sure that you don't submit your first draft, but rather submit a draft that has been edited many times and reviewed by someone else to give their input. If you don't have an impactful personal story to tell, don't feel like you have to tell one. This is your opportunity to tell us why we should select you to be part of our program. Our admissions committee uses a scoring system when reviewing applications. Areas we look at are DPD GPA, personal statement, letters of recommendation, related work and/or research experience, factors not included in the application such as sports, working through college, military, etc., science GPA, and fluency in a second language. It is important to note that the Zoom interview carries an equal amount of weight to the written application scoring process. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you have found some useful and insightful information throughout our presentation. I have included our program website below, as well as my personal contact information. If you think of any questions or want any further details about our Master of Science in Dietetic Internship program here at the University of Texas Medical Branch, feel free to reach out to me. My name is Blair Brown, and I am the Program Director. Thank you all, and I look forward to seeing your application.